summit.
Your Highnesses, Your Majesties, Your Excellencies, Secretary General, special guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure and honor to welcome you to the 26th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, the 6th in Africa, and the first since our world was turned upside down by a devastating pandemic. We join together to pay tribute to Her Majesty the Queen, the head of the Commonwealth, and its most devoted champion. Over her 70 years of service, the Commonwealth has grown both in number and in the scope of its ambition. The fact of holding this meeting in Rwanda, a new member with no historical connection to the British Empire, expresses our choice to continue reimagining the Commonwealth for a changing world. The Commonwealth does not replace other institutions, it adds to them. That's why we always have important special guests with us. This year, let me recognize in particular His Highness the Emir of Qatar, and I thank him for being here with us. The Commonwealth we need is on the front lines of global challenges, not on the periphery, watching events unfold. Our special strength is to bring issues into focus that might otherwise be overlooked. For instance, the way that climate change puts the very existence of small islands and developing states into jeopardy, or the possibility to transcend size and geography by leveraging new technologies to create high-quality global jobs for our youth right at home. We are united by a shared language.
Well, it was President Kagame from Rwanda. In more stories, the Prime Minister Emeritus Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda and Special Envoy to the President has honored the works of the late first Vice Chancellor of Makerere University, Frank Kalimuzo. Now, Dr. Rugunda said Kalimuzo was such a man at time who transformed Makerere University when the British government had just left the country. Because of his legacy, Makerere University Council has named CTF1 Frank Kalimuzo Central Teaching Facility in remembrance of him as the university celebrates its 100 years centenary. Details.
This will be...
The late Frank Kalimuzo was appointed on the 1st July 1970 by the late President, His Excellency Dr. Apollo Obote, as the first Vice-Chancellor of the newly established Makerere University then, and one of the two substantive Ugandan heads of the university since its creation after the late Yusuf Lule. Kalimuzo felt a victim to insecurity of the Idi Amin era after he was picked by the army men in 1972 and was never seen arrive again. His widow Esther Kalimuzo narrates the ordeal.
The following year, as Makerere was preparing for the Jubilee celebration,
some men came to the Vice Chancellor's residence and told us that they had been sent by government officials to take Frank. They took him away and he was never to be seen again. Our lives have never been the same since Frank was taken from us. We continue to miss him dearly.
During the first Frank Kalimuzo inaugural lecture at Makerere University, the then secretary of the late Frank Kalimuzo, Professor Joy Kwesiga, described the true picture of the departed Vice Chancellor Frank Kalimuzo.
And I emphasize the relationship between the university and the state because Kalimuzo came in as a link between the university and the state. And I want emphasizing because the state did not feel part of Makerere.
Prime Minister Emeritus Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda and a special envoy to the president speaks with a strong attachment to the late Frank Kalimuzo family and attributed his stay up to now because of Kalimuzo.
About a month or two after he had given me a warning, told me to be careful, and told me that we are being hunted by the regime, Frank Kalimuzo was gone at the beginning of October, I think October 4th. He, before he was taken, as we have heard again from Joy and other speakers, he advised the many people who were in danger to be able to take cover or to run out of the country.
The inaugural Frank Kalimuzo public lecture pays tribute to the distinctive contribution of the late Frank Kalimuzo as Makerere University first Vice Chancellor in 1970, and the university has named one of its buildings Frank Kalimuzo Central Teaching Facility.
His remarkable devotion to work and patriotism remains engraved in the core ethos in the university's leadership over years. Frank Kalimuzo is a matter of higher education, for I personally believe that he lost his life in defense of academic freedom at Makerere.
The family of the late Frank Kalimuzo thanked the university management for considering this great man as they are celebrating 100 years of Makerere University. Joseph Bule, UBC at Makerere University.
Now, the First Lady and also Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, has advised Ugandans to embrace writing books that shape the nation's destiny. This was at an occasion to launch 2 books by Bishop Sheldon Mwesigwa and a 5-minute movie by his daughter, Shavon Simenta, at Mistil Hotel in Kampala. John Van Sentamo with a report.
One of Uganda's most renowned clerics, writer and educationist, Bishop Sheldon Mwesigwa, has authored 2 books that have been officially launched at Mistil Hotel in Kampala. The 2 books are Uganda's educational, religious, political and socio-economic tapestry, and the second is Limitations of a Confessional Religious Education Curriculum in Uganda's Schools.
Ugandans love their religion, by the way, and very few people will easily support a position like that one. To say that a Christian is exposed to Islam, to know what the Muslims pray or believe, very few people will. But for me, I'm arguing that in view of the evidence before us, we may need to seriously think about it. In view of what we see, there is a need to teach our children through the religious education curriculum to love your neighbor, the Good Samaritan story. Very, very important. Do you know, I want to show you that there is some syllabus going on in Uganda which has been...
The First Lady and also Minister for Education and Sports, represented by David Bahati, praised the works of Bishop Mwesigwa, especially his writings that shape a nation.
Therefore, by putting pen to paper, through his commentaries, Bishop Mwesigwa uses the media as a means of the church shaping society. His balanced approach to addressing different issues in the political, socio-economic, and religious fears makes his writing palatable to all.
The occasion also witnessed the launch of a 5-minute movie, Makerere, that is written and directed by the Bishop's daughter, Sharon Kyomugisha. It highlights plight of Ugandans in the past regimes that forced them to embrace violence to solve violent situations. John Barnes Sentamo reporting.
Thank you so much, John Barnes Sentamo, and congratulations to Bishop Sheldon Mwesigwa. Now, Prime Minister Rebna Nabanja has lauded teachers in Kagadi district for being patriotic as they continue teaching despite the industrial action orchestrated by UNATU. At the sidelines of the parish development model sensitization meetings, Nabanja made an impromptu visit to Kagadi government-aided secondary school with an enrollment of over 2,500 students, and business was going on normally. Details from
Sebastian Semakula, the head teacher of Kagadi Secondary School, told the Prime Minister that although they want salary enhancement as art teachers, laying down tools affects the innocent students who lost close to 2 years during COVID-19 lockdown.
Aware of the fact that our children stayed away for nearly 2 years under COVID-19, and out of the fact that our parents are poor, we chose as teachers here to come and assist these children.
Semakula briefed the Prime Minister that the school is operating amidst several challenges and appealed for government intervention.
Its ceiling is supposed to be about 80 teachers, given the enrollment we have. However, we have got only 20 teachers on the government payroll. The classrooms we have are not enough. In addition to the few buildings which we have got makeshift classrooms, 8 of them.
The Prime Minister lauded the teachers for being patriotic and continue to teach despite the ongoing industrial action by the art teachers.
Then the message is, government is not going to enhance your salaries this year. But you are one of our priority civil servants to be enhanced in the near future.
Nabanja supported the school by donating iron sheets, 5 million shillings for timber to roof the building that is being constructed by parents.
Let me, at this material time, give you 2 million for the teachers who have really been here, and I'm very grateful.
Some students appealed to teachers in other parts of the country to also abandon the strike because it is the children who are losing a lot.
Since they began striking some primary and secondary, but Kagadi Secondary School, we have been studying since the term began and up to now.
Should act upon our feelings because we feel like we should be like good people.
This comes at a time when a section of members of parliament want the government to introduce a supplementary budget to also increase the salaries of the art teachers.
Government, through the Ministry of Education and Sports, has been called upon to equip students with requisite materials to help propel the science course. Now, the call was made by the administration of Chibasi High School in Tungamo District, a former private school but turned into a government-funded institution.
Yes, the Ministry of Education should help us and provide us with most of these items, and it has done a very good work because some of them are here, but even we need more of them. So if it can give us more apparatus, as it has been doing, especially with the new curriculum. They have sent the textbooks, but the apparatus in the lab, most of them, they have not sent anything new. So we call upon the ministry to bring more of those, especially in the new curriculum. What we can do, majorly, these students, when you teach them practically, you are teaching something and they are looking at it directly, they do understand it very well and they like the subject.
Briefly, the challenges are all challenges associated with growing numbers in schools. We don't have a playing ground. These kids need to play all the time. On top of that, the new curriculum emphasizes physical education and the practical involvement in activities outside the class. We don't need a playground. We don't have a playground. We don't have a big laboratory to accommodate these learners. You have been to the computer lab. We have only 17 computers shared out by 1,087 students and 70 members of staff.
Let's take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories.
Sanyuse nnyo essanyu lijula kunzita. MTN momo terimba nali ndi waka ngenda okuwulira essimu ezze nenga neera bino bya bulijjo ebyekifere kubanga mbeera awo omuntu n'ofuna essimu n'ogenda okuwulira oli atandise empaayo emitwalo 5 kakati kino MTN bwe yankubidde bo tebansabye ku ssente wedda banzikakkanya na bukkakkanya nze nga ntabuse ngamba mubuli baffere nze nandi wano pulesa zaagala kunkuba bukubu nsinneebaka ku tulo ate ke mumpadde emmotoka mubyonoonye kati ate awo wiiki ndala era MTN yebale nnyo okutufaako fenga abeebulemeezi Luweero babalina waaka
ne MTN momo nyabo teka kubuteesa emitwalo 2 oba okusingawo ku MTN mobile money yo oyinza okuba namukisa aneewanguliremu ku Toyota Succeed 3 oba omukuba wanguse 2,000 buli weeki tugenda kugaba emmotoka 24 ne mobile money asoba mu buwumbi 2.
Leaders who care create a good learning environment.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello? Hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Hey, Kasozi, my brother. Long time. We last met when we were at campus. It's been a while, but you are the person I'm looking for.
Campus? Really?
Hey, you don't remember me?
Okay, so how can I help you?
I'm stuck in Gulu making millions and I need to urgently send money to my sick mother. But I can't find any mobile money agent near me. I've sent the money to your phone as you can see the message. It might take a few minutes to come through, but I urgently need you to send the money to my mother. Let me send you her number and you send it to her chap.
My friend, I'm afraid your mom is going to die.
What?
Because I don't know you, I never went to campus, and I'm also in Gulu. So can we meet at CPS? We talk about it.
Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Tonfera, refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or give.
Get freaky too! Dial *149*10# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *149*10*5#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *149*10# to get started. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Are you a player in the tourism sector with a struggling business following the COVID pandemic? UDB, in partnership with European Union, is providing financial assistance to businesses operating in the tourism sector. You can access subsidized loan with grants, loan with a tenure of up to 5 years, free business advisory services, and free environmental impact assessment. Visit www.udbl.co.ug/call for applications to apply. Deadline for submission is 31st October 2022 at 5 p.m. For more information, please call 0414 355 509.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Hello, this is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Congratulations. Oh, one good day.
Mbangudde? But I haven't entered any competition.
Owadechi, since you use your phone every day, we have randomly selected you as one of our loyal customers, and you have won a brand new pickup.
Hey, so how do I get this pickup?
The pickup is in Namave. All we have to do is quickly bring it to you. You know, we are delivering many of them. So, just send us 100k for fuel via mobile money and we'll bring it to you.
But Chief, I'm in no hurry to receive it. Namambe is just here. Keep it at your warehouse, give me directions, and I will get time to pick it up.
Vao nawe. If you don't have money, just say.
Tonfera. Never send money to strangers. Winners of competitions are contacted through official channels and are never asked to pay for anything. Stay tuned for what Kasozi does next.
Don't fedder. Refrain from unnecessary engagement with strangers over the phone. This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
Getting a birth certificate is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from a medical facility where the baby was born, or from a sub-county chief if the birth occurred in the community. 2. Go to the NERA offices in your area and present the notification record, a copy of the parents' or guardian's national ID, and a bank payment slip of 5,000 shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. 3. Apply by filing NERA Form 3 from NERA offices or download it from the NERA website www.nera.go.ug. A birth certificate will then be issued to you. Birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. This message is brought to you by NERA.
Football packages, great entertainment, sports, local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Go TV, this is where our best stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidi Wano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
You're still watching UBC Lunchtime News. In more stories, Security Minister Major General Jim Muhwezi has rallied residents in the district of Rukungiri, Kabale and Kanungu to tune in to major local radio stations and televisions for a joint parish development model address scheduled for this Friday on the 24th at 8 p.m. Minister Muhwezi, Dr. Chris Bariomonsi, David Bahati, Sarah Mateke and Henry Musasizi will convene in Kabale district this Friday for a joint radio PDN talk show. Robert Onyango reports.
The Parish Development Model Mobilization Trail for Security Minister, retired Major General Jim Muhwezi has entered the second day.
Ne musaako essente zigenda okujja musaako zammwe tezigenda kuddayo wa Kampala. So mulina okuzikuuma obulungi bwe muzoonoona mwe munaaba mufiiriddwa.
At this meeting comprising of Makerere Parish and lower level leaders from Buhunga sub-county in Rujumbura County, Rukungiri district, the minister was accompanied by local leaders to sharpen the mindset of the would-be beneficiaries.
We are talking about ordinary things. Ebikwata kuruga muki esente kandi omuntu akachira keke yeigwanga egi nibagigabira ha omukisenge. So what you are seeing coming now bimula bebijja lwakuba nti mwalonda bulungi mwalonda omuntu atuuka wa mukisenge.
On matters concerning the community, leaders wanted the central government through the minister to avail them clean water, electricity and improve on the infrastructure as well.
Nkuko LC1 chairperson yagamba amashanyarazi nagarabaha maini nahi gatakora aba maini hinaho batire bikondo bakatamwe waya ne waya bakahikaho kuziba nko mu ruko gwa Changa.
We were happy to note that some people have started to engage in some productive sector. Some of them are already making wine out of bananas. We are very grateful, and the product is good and marketable.
All the government programs are going to be covered under this project development model, because you cannot have economy if people have what to sell, but the roads are not there, the electricity is not there, water is not there. So all the programs are going to be covered under this program.
With the district holding its general PDM induction for leaders and stakeholders, as well as launching the exercise next week on Tuesday, Minister Jim Muhwezi, however, rallies the sub-region to tune in to different local radio stations this Friday under similar arrangements, where 5 ministers will address them from Kabale district.
Tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. we are going to meet in Kabale as ministers from this sub-region of Kigezi, the districts of Rukungiri, Kabale, Ruchiga, Kisoro, Kanungu and Rwanda, to talk about the parish development model. So I appeal to everyone to tune in. All radios will be covering us live So people should tune in and hear the government policy in details, which we shall give you tomorrow.
Muhwezi is also appealing to the striking teachers in Rukungiri district and the country at large to resume to classes as government moves towards remunerating all its workers. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, the Parish Development Model Mass Mobilization exercise in the Greater MPG Enclave has kicked off amidst a low turn-up of district leaders who didn't mobilize stakeholders to attend the sensitization. The State Minister for Health, General Duties Anifa Kawoya, the State Minister for Land, Sam Mayanja, and area members of Parliament were the key facilitators for the Parish Model for Greater MPG Enclave. Take a look.
A delegation of 2 ministers and members of Parliament of Greater MPG started a 3-day mission to sensitize masses on the Parish Development Model. Day 1 of the Parish Development Model in the Greater MPG Engulf started at Gomba District, where the district leadership claimed that they were not aware of the training and the actual day of the program, thus they did not mobilize the masses. Here the ministers called off the meeting, citing that the quorum was not the required number for the training. Since the key stakeholders were not available, only 22 members out of the 55 to 100 required numbers attended. After intensive meeting with the top leadership of Gomba District, the team later managed to visit one of the model farms and also held a radio talk show. On the second day of the sensitization meeting on the Parish Development Model, at Butambala District, the meeting still flopped after the district leadership and key stakeholders did not turn up for the training.
And in discipline is discipline. And if you continue with him like this, as you say, sabotaging the government programs, you start from the this one, and wherever this. And we are going to start from there. The government program. This program is the child baby of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. This program is an initiative drummed up by the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. You don't send people for 2 weeks away. Go.
What has happened today is a symptom of a bigger problem. The problem is that the ministries are disjointed. Each one of them communicates a different thing. So the officers down there, they get confused. The Ministry of Gender communicates something different from the Ministry of Local Government. The Ministry of Finance also communicates something different. So we are here, but another ministry had communicated that the meeting is going to be on Tuesday, another one on Monday. So it's really difficult. There should be proper coordination of the ministries up at the top level before they come down at the grassroots. But nonetheless, for me, I'm happy about Parish Model. The program is moving on well, and I'm hopeful that people will be able to benefit out of it. These technical officers have done a good job. We should not judge them on what has happened today. What has happened today is a problem from the top. They have gone at the grassroots, they've educated people, they've identified beneficiaries, enterprise groups have been formed. I've monitored that program, and I'm confident that it's moving on well.
Hanifa Kawoya, the State Minister for Health and General Duties, called upon the district leaders to put aside their political differences and embrace government programs to foster development and increase household income. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Well, that's all we had for you this afternoon. Thank you so much for watching UBC Lunchtime News with me, Sharon Kyomugisha. Stay tuned for more programming coming your way, and have a good afternoon.